You raised a male dog your whole life. You know how he works. You know what he wants. You know how to make him happy. Then one day you adopt a female, and everything you thought you knew about dogs falls apart. She doesn't respond the same way. She doesn't learn the same way. She doesn't show affection the same way, and you start wondering if something is wrong with her or with you. But the truth is that female and male dogs are driven by completely different psychologies, and understanding that difference can be the turning point between a shallow bond and a connection that lasts a lifetime. I've put together 9 real differences based on behavior, biology, and canine psychology that every dog owner needs to know. And stay until number 9 because it's going to completely change the way you look at your female dog. Number 1, females mature faster, and that changes everything in training. Have you ever tried to teach a new command to a male puppy and felt like he was listening on airplane mode? There's a biological explanation for that. Female dogs reach neurological maturity earlier than males. That means their brains are ready to learn, process, and retain commands in a shorter window of time. A male can take up to 18 months to get out of the canine adolescence phase. A female, in many cases, is already operating with much more consistency by 10 or 12 months. If you feel like your female learns quickly, but sometimes seems stubborn, know this: she's not stubborn. She simply already assessed the situation and reached her own conclusion before you finished giving the command. Number 2, females are more emotionally independent. This shocks a lot of people. The popular image is that females are more affectionate and gentle, and in some ways they are. But there's a huge difference between being loving and being dependent. Males, especially unneutered ones, tend to develop a more intense and constant attachment to their owner. They want attention almost all the time. Females, on the other hand, are more selective. They choose when they want to interact, when they want affection, and when they want to be left alone. This isn't coldness, it's autonomy. In the logic of the ancestral pack, the female played a decision-making role. She needed emotional balance to protect her pups. That independence is coded into her. If you respect her moments of solitude, she will seek you out with far greater intensity when she does want to connect. Number 3, their protective instinct is different and much quieter. A male barks loudly, charges forward, bares his teeth, makes noise. He wants to be seen protecting. The female protects differently. She watches. She positions her body. She creates a silent barrier between you and the threat. Many owners don't even notice their female is in protection mode because she makes no fuss about it. Research in canine behavior shows that females tend to use assessment strategies before acting, while males respond more reactively. This makes females extremely efficient guardians, and also harder to read for inexperienced owners. If your female went quiet, pressed close to you, and started staring at something without barking, she's protecting you. Pay attention. Number 4, females are more sensitive to human emotions, and this is where it starts to get serious. Studies in canine cognition show that females have a slightly superior ability to read human facial expressions and emotional signals. They are more affected by your emotional state than you can imagine. If you're anxious, your female feels it before you even notice it yourself. If you're sad, she may enter a state of secondary stress, not because she's fragile, but because she is synchronized with you at a level that goes beyond what most males consistently demonstrate. That's powerful, but it's also a responsibility. If you come home stressed every day, deal with her through yelling or impatience, her nervous system is going to pay a real price. Females absorb the emotional environment like a sponge, and if your dog also picks up on your mood before you even walk through the door, tell me in the comments how she reacts on your bad days, because I'm going to read them and explain what's happening inside her mind at that exact moment. Number 5, the hormonal cycle affects behavior in ways most owners ignore. This isn't just about heat cycles. It's about the hormonal roller coaster that affects your female's mental state throughout the entire year. Unspayed females go through phases of estrus, diestrus, and anestrus, each with a different hormonal profile that directly impacts her mood, social tolerance, appetite, and even her level of aggression. But even spayed females females can experience pseudo-pregnancy, a psychological pregnancy where the body acts as if it's gestating, even without fertilization. They may become quieter, protective over objects, less hungry, or even produce milk. If you didn't know this, and one day your female changed her behavior for no apparent reason, chances are the reason was right there all along, and it was hormonal, not behavioral. And if understanding this is changing the way you see your female dog right now, hit the like button and subscribe. That's how this message reaches more owners who want to care for their dogs the right way. Number 6. Females establish hierarchy in a much subtler way. In a pack, males fight to establish position. Females compete too, but in a far more sophisticated way. A female may spend weeks silently testing who's in charge at home. She doesn't charge. She doesn't bark. She simply starts ignoring commands, walking ahead of you, refusing to get off the couch when you ask. Each small act is a boundary test. Many owners read this as a strong personality or stubbornness, but what's actually happening is an active process of hierarchy renegotiation. The right response is never punishment. It's consistency. Females respond to calm, firm, and predictable leaders. If you change the rules depending on the day, she will identify that instability and she will fill the vacuum. Number 7. Their relationship with children and elderly people is different. There's a reason females are chosen more often for animal-assisted therapy work. Females tend to better calibrate their energy level to whoever they're interacting with. With small children, they tend to be gentler and less impulsive than males of the same breed. With elderly people, they often adopt a calmer, more companionable demeanor. This is tied to maternal instinct. Even in females who have never had puppies, they recognize vulnerability and adjust their behavior instinctively. That doesn't mean males can't be gentle, but in females, that adjustment tends to happen with far less training required. Number 8. Females tolerate unpredictability from other dogs less. In multi-dog households, the most serious fights often happen between two females, not between a female and a male, and often not between two males either. The explanation lies in resource competition and pack structure. Two females competing for position can develop a rivalry that goes well beyond a one-time fight. It's structural. That doesn't mean your female will fight every dog she crosses paths with. It means she needs proper introductions, respected space, and clarity about who has what. Females who grow up with other dogs from puppyhood generally coexist well. The problem is when adults are introduced to a group without a proper protocol. Number 8. Females tolerate unpredictability from other dogs less. In multi-dog households, the most serious fights often happen between two females, not between a female and a male, and often not between two males either. The explanation lies in resource competition and pack structure. Two females competing for position can develop a rivalry that goes well beyond a one-time fight. It's structural. That doesn't mean your female will fight every dog she crosses paths with. It means she needs proper introductions, respected space, and clarity about who has what. Females who grow up with other dogs from puppyhood generally coexist well. The problem is when adults are introduced to a group without a proper protocol. Number 9. Females don't forgive broken trust the same way. This is the point I needed you to hear. Males have an impressive ability to bounce back even after episodes of harsh punishment, yelling, or neglect. Not because they didn't suffer, but because their instinct of attachment to their owner overrides the fear. Females remember, not in a resentful human way, but in a biological way. Her nervous system registers negative experiences with you in a manner that affects behavior long term. A female who is frightened, harshly punished, or subjected to repeated stress may take months to rebuild the bond, and some never fully recover it. On the other hand, when you truly earn a female dog's trust, when she chooses you, when she seeks you out, when she rests her head on your lap for no reason at all, it's because you passed every silent test she ran over time. And that simple gesture, it's the closest thing to unconditional loyalty that exists on this planet. You don't need a female dog who works just like a male. You need to understand that she is a different kind of partner, more subtle, more profound, more demanding in certain ways. But when she decides that you are her safe place, nothing in the world will ever change that.